Hey everyone, today I have another custom reveal. Alright, so here's a custom that has been a long time coming for me. I've been kind of putting it off and thinking about it and, considering whether I should or shouldn't, and I finally decided that, why not? And I decided to make a Silver Streak locomotive. If you've seen the movie, then yeah, I guess you have seen the movie and you've seen the train in the movie. But I was actually introduced to Silver Streak through a person here on YouTube, Bob's Workshop. If you're watching this, which of course you probably are, he makes really good videos and really, really good customs. And you should definitely check him out. And he's made a lot of Silver Streak locomotives. That's kind of his thing. And I watched him. I watched all of his videos. And I thought that it would be great for me to own one too. Why go out and, just kind of wish you had something when you could just act upon it and, just have one. And now I do have one. But I decided that just having a Silver Streak locomotive that was just kind of done in the same style as his customs would be not very original. So I wanted to make it a little different by making this locomotive look like it has been through a lot. This is, of course, if you've seen the movie, or if you've even just seen clips of it, this is the locomotive after it has crashed through the terminal at Chicago, and it's got plaster all over it, and it's got a big gash at the front. And I actually did not ruin a shell, a perfectly good shell. I would never do that. I found a shell that I had just lying around that was in terrible shape. It had a giant crack in the front right here. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's over here. And then there's also just kind of a little hairline crack there. But that was probably covered up with paint. But it really wasn't usable as just a normal repaint because it just, the plastic wasn't cooperating. No matter what I did to glue it back in place, it just kept going back to its original position. So I decided what I was going to do is I was going to work with that and take that restraint and turn it into something that will kind of foster creativity. And I made this into the locomotive, of course, after it crashes in the movie. And the first thing I did was I took the shell and I pummeled the front with various dangerous tools. I know it sounds pretty intense for model train custom making, but I took a Dremel. I just kind of sliced this out. It's a little gash in the front. If you've ever seen the movie, of course, right here, that's where it gets hit hard the most. I guess something kind of scrapes into the nose, and you can kind of see through that. So I tried to emulate that. Then I also made a lot of little dents and scrapes. They're a lot more visible in person, but of course on camera it's a lot more, I guess, flat and two-dimensional, so you can't really see it. But trust me, it's there. And it's all messed up. So I guess good for me for taking advantage of that. Then what I did was I took a knife and a Dremel and some other tools, and I cut out the side vents so that then I could put in these supports and then put some mesh behind them so that it's an actual, vent. Not only does it look nice, but it helps give the motor a little bit more, I guess, air intake so that it doesn't overheat, so I can run this thing a little bit longer without any problems. And I might actually do this with a lot of locomotives that I'm going to repaint. If you can see, I'll just move the camera a little bit. I hate having to move the camera while it's recording. But I don't know if you can really see through. You can actually see clean through the other side. I don't know if you can see that. But that's a pretty cool little feature that I might add on other engines. And I am a big fan of how this one turned out. The next step in the process was painting it. And I just painted it bright, shiny red. And then I decided to go in and do the decoration. And that consisted of, first of all, doing a little arrow thing back here on both sides. That was brush painted and it was masked off. And then the logo here, that was the tricky bit. I actually went in and designed my own decals. And I printed them out. And of course, as you may know, or as you could probably guess, inkjet printers don't have white ink, as far as I know, or at least most of them don't. Most household ones don't. So the white on the logo was achieved by simply masking off a rectangle and just kind of spraying that rectangle with a white spray paint. And then after that dried, I laid the decal on top of it, of course making sure that the dimensions of the decal and the paint were the same. And then it laid on top nice, and it gave the logo a nice pop in terms of color. And now it looks great. And of course, I actually could not do the running number because the running number is just a white number, and that's impossible to do with an inkjet printer because you can't really spray on a rectangle with that and then put that over because, it's not the same as a rectangular logo. Overall, I am super proud of this custom. I feel like it really encapsulates the locomotive after the accident. Now, someday, I might go ahead and, find another F3 shell. I'm bound to come across another one. And then I might paint it up to look like a nice, pre-crash Silver Streak engine. Alright, without further delay, we're going to run this set around a little bit. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.